Hey everybody, it's Nate here from Nate's Tennis Comeback, where I help players reach the 4.5 NTRP rating by sharing some of the mental and tactical strategies that I use when I play, and hope to that you guys can adopt those too. Today, I'm doing a review of the SwingVision app. This app helps you record and analyze your matches, and I think everybody should be using this, and I'm going to tell you why today. So, obviously, when you first log in, just your basic home screen can put some info about yourself, add your friends to come follow along. But if you scroll down here, like you can see my match against Zach, where I had my camera set up, as well as using my Apple Watch to track the scores, you're going to get some really cool insights. So click View Details, and I'll bring you to this screen, and you'll see a couple different options. You'll see the main video. If you hit play on that, you'd be able to watch your match back and select some of the editing features. But if you scroll up below it, you'll see some pre-filtered out sections, which we'll cover in a minute. And if you go even further, this is where it gets really cool. So since I was wearing the Apple Watch and tracking point by point, it gives you some really great insights. You can see Zach was killing it on his service winners. He has a great serve. And it even breaks it down to first and second points won, as well as serves in, and all the way to break points. How did you handle those? Did you convert? Did you have to save any break points? It tracks it all in here for you. So this is some really great data, and the one thing that keeps coming up is knowing what actually happened versus what you think happened in your match. Here, you'll see that you can see the game score throughout the match. So in this one set, you can see I was down 3-1, and then came back and tied it 3-0, went up 4-3, and that's when Zach and I came neck and neck and ended up going to a tiebreaker. As you scroll down even further, you'll be able to see that you get that granular detail even on a game perspective, so you can see how the points progressed. This is really nice. If you find yourself feeling like, man, every game I felt like was in deuce, you can go back and see, A, if you were right, and B, were you up 30 love and every match ended up in deuce every game, or were you down 30 love? Then you can go back and watch those clips and see what was happening in those specific times. But apart from that, combined statistics, overall statistics here for you. You can see we've got cross court for forehand and backhand, down the line for forehand and backhand, and average shot speed. So this is really great because you can look at this and say, man, my cross court backhand went in 94% of the time. That means that that shot's obviously really reliable, or it was in this match. And my forehand was at 85%. So why is my forehand and my backhand different? Well, only you can really tell, but most of the time my forehand's more of an aggressive shot. So I might make more errors on that side. But what you can be doing now is comparing this over time to different matches to see what trends develop and to see if there's anything you should be, concerned with. But if you go a little bit up, here's where it gets even better. So you can see here we've got favorited points on your Apple Watch. I'll show you in a minute. You can favorite points as it happens, or when you go back in and edit it. You'll also see some things like most tiring rallies, shot rallies over 5 shots, break points, game points, forehand, backhands, serves for you and your opponent. This is really great. No editing is needed here. You can sit down after your match and just watch all of your serves to see, am I executing the technique I've been practicing? Um, did it look the way I wanted it to? Same with your opponent's serves and all the other shots. So here it actually will tell you where your shots landed when you hit them. You can filter by the stroke, forehand, backhand, volley, overhead, and in and out. So I hit a lot of my shots out. How bad was I missing? Or I hit them in. Where were they going? So you can see here 29% of the time I was going to Zach's backhand, and 58% of the time I was keeping it past the service line. So for me, I want that number to be as high as possible. I'm not trying to bring him into the net. I'm trying to keep him back. Um, so you can see how well you executed versus what your game plan actually was. Now, we'll take it a step further here. Shot placement, again, filter it by whatever shot you wanted to see, forehand, backhand, overhead even, to see where they landed. Were you putting that ball where you thought you needed to do it? And then where were you actually hitting from? So if you wanted to be aggressive, but you see this heat map and you see that you're very far behind the baseline, you know you weren't executing your game plan. Um, and then you can even go to the serve. So I was really working on my slice serve to Zach's forehand. So you can see here about 59% of the time that's where it went, which is pretty good for me in this situation. This was really the first match where I was really focusing on that. So you could do this for the deuce side, ad side, first serve, as well as second serve to see where you are actually putting the serve. This is so key, obviously, to executing a game plan on how you start off the point. You can see a little bit below there, you slide that button across, and now you're seeing were they slice serves, were they flat serves, kick serves, what serve was I actually hitting. It's very common if you're trying to hit a flat serve, you ended up slicing it. So to see what actually happened is very good insight to have. Now, where we'll go next here, you can see you can pinpoint ad side, do side to see if you have any gaps there. Um, but if we scroll back up to the top and we click on the top left button where it says statistics, this is a great feature because it's nice to know what happened in one match, but where you're really going to find improvement is if you can identify trends in your own match play. So here it's showing the last 5 matches that I played, and it's got all these different categories that you can look at. For me, I want to look at, well, what was my first, how many first serves did I hit in overall? So looks like over the last 5 matches, my first serves in was about 90%. That's a great statistic for me. I'm very happy with that. And if you click on that, you can see it's fairly consistent here. What I would be afraid of is if that first match all the way on the left was very high and then it just came crashing down over my next 4 matches, something's wrong, right? It's a clear indicator. So having that visual data, again, going back to understanding what actually happened versus what you think happened, this will save you so much time and mental struggle because a lot of times we tell ourselves, "Man, my first serve was really killing it," but we don't have the data to actually know if that was true. So besides recording a singles match, you can obviously do doubles as well. But what's really great is serve practice as well as a ball machine drill. So I'll be posting videos about both of those functionalities. So make sure to like and subscribe here to get notified when I release that. As well as if you want to see my full match that I actually played against Zach, go check out my channel. It was a great match. So when you start you're gonna hit start and you're gonna select what you're doing. So I did point by point because I have my Apple Watch, standard match, and you can really configure how you want this to go. Picking how many games, if he's a righty or a lefty. Maybe you're just gonna do a 10-point match tiebreaker for practice. You can record that here. So if you want to see what the Apple Watch looks like, how you actually keep score on that, check out my Instagram. The link is in the description. I had a hard time recording my Apple Watch and posting it here. So check out my Instagram where I have that video. Also check out SwingVision's Instagram as well. They have clips on how it actually looks. It's super easy to use. I was very impressed with that. Also, if you are interested in getting Swing Vision Premium, which allows you to have unlimited recording time, click the link that's also in the description where you can use my link and get a discount on that cost. Also, if you use my link, I'll get credit for that, which helps me get perks with Swing Vision. So I would greatly appreciate that. If you are in a league, if you play at least once a week, you're going to want to have an upgraded package where you don't have any restrictions on how much content you can record because you're going to find yourself recording all your matches and you don't want to have to constantly be worried about is this a match I can record or is it not? Plus, the real value here comes in identifying trends over time. If you record one match, that's great, but you need to be recording consistently so you can see what trends happen over time to know what changes you do or do not need to make. So, let me know what questions you have. Love to talk about Swing Vision with you. Let me know what questions you have in the comments, and I'll talk to you soon.